What's going on, guys? We're back with another Tower of Fantasy video. Today we're going to bring to you guys a Frigg guide. This is going to have everything you need to know about how to play Frigg, how to build Frigg, what are her best teams, and what are her best combos and playstyle as of right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting with the team comp, since that's the most important thing. The team comp you're going to want to use, which will be the number one team comp for ice units as of right now, will be using Frigg, Tsubasa, and Meryl. These are going to be the three units that you want to use. Optionally, you can sub out Tsubasa or Meryl. If you don't have one of those, then you're going to want to substitute either some other support unit for Tsubasa, such as Shiro. If you have another healer, you could use like Nemesis or something like that. But ideally, Tsubasa would be your number two unit on here because she gives you a 15% attack boost if you have her with Constellation 1. Now, if you don't have Meryl, that is also fine. I'm leveling up my Meryl right now, and I'm leveling up my weapons right now. I'm out of gold, as you see right now, and out of energy, so I'll be getting these up to level 100 soon. But if you don't have Meryl, a good alternative to Meryl is King. If you don't have King, then you could use any other shield break unit, such as, let's see who else is there. We have Shiro. Shiro could also be used for shield breaking, or Huma. She could be used for shield breaking as well. Whoever you prefer as your shield breaker. However, if you do have Meryl, she will be best in slot because of the skill that Frigg gives you, that gives you a extra 15% attack for Frost Resonance, as well as her skill 1, if you didn't know. When she uses her skill, it also gives a 25% shatter increase. So that will mean when you swap to it, the Meryl will do a lot more shatter damage. But if you read it, it only works for frost weapons. So keep that in mind. If you're planning on using a good shield break weapon, Meryl will be best in slot with Frigg because of this skill right here. If you're using a Shiro, unfortunately, Shiro is not a frost weapon, so you won't be getting that. Same with King, you will not be getting that extra 25%. However, you could always get that extra percentage from the constellations. For example, my King right here has that extra 15% shatter, while my Meryl doesn't. So at the end of the day, it kind of evens out. But again, Meryl, Tsubasa, and Frigg is going to be your go-to team comp. If you want to be a little more supportive and heal, you could also throw in a Coco, would be the best heal for you guys, or Nemesis. However, if you guys have Frigg, Tsubasa, and Meryl, that's the tier 1 comp right there for ice units. Now, for matrices, for Frigg, you're going to want to go ahead and look at the map, and I'm not sure exactly which boss drops it, but you're going to be looking for the Huma matrices. Let's see if I can find where Huma matrices drop from so I can show you guys where those are at. So that's King. You don't want the King ones. I think one of these guys dropped the Huma ones. Huma, right here, Huma. This is going to be the boss that you want to hunt down if you are working on Frigg. The reason why is because Huma Matrix gives this extra damage on bleed, and it's triggered via her dodge skill, which, if you don't know, it's this skill right here. So you just dodge, and it does that big AoE attack, kind of like Ayaka. If you guys have ever played Genshin Impact, it's a very similar skill to her attack right there. It attacks everyone in front of her at a big damage right there. And what happens with this is you get an infinite amount of dodges with Frigg, so you can trigger that bleed constantly over and over again. So that's going to be your best in slot matrice. You're going to want that as a 2. The second best matrice that you're going to want would be down over here. You're going to want to farm Lucia. Lucia will give you, oh no, not Lucia, sorry. I meant to say Sobek. Sobek will give you the Crow matrice. Crow matrice will give you a nice damage buff as well if you do not have Huma. And another one that you could use if you don't have Crow or Huma is Samir. Those would be your 3 best matrices for Frigg. Starting with a 2-piece Huma into a 2-piece Samir, I think might be the best. If you don't have either of those, go ahead and swap out any of the 2 pieces as you have them. I know having 2 pieces on those 5-star SSR things is really hard right now, But those are going to be the best matrices, so those will be your go-to. If you don't have those, you could always go ahead and throw any 4-star matrices that you have on there. One that I enjoy is, which one is it? Let's see if I can find it real quick. I don't even think I have it. But there's one matrice that just straight up gives an increased damage to all of them. Let's see, poison, no, it's this one right here. I like this one, increased damage dealt by 6, 7, 9% for each enemy nearby. It's just an easy way to trigger some extra free damage. So Sobek is a nice boss to farm because it also gives you that crow matrice. But again, matrices are kind of hard to go for right now. So whatever you have, just try to go for your strongest ones. As you see right here, I'm just leveling up some strong ones because they give you a ton more stats comparatively. But those are going to be your matrices. Now let's go ahead and go over her skills real quick. Now we have her regular attacks right here. For the most part, you're not going to be using her regular basic attacks. Your gameplay with her is going to be using your skill 1. When you use your skill 1, you get a little frost domain right here, as you can see. With your frost domain, you will then be able to have an infinite amount of dodges. As you see, I can dodge infinitely, and on my bar on the right side, it's not going down. So all you're going to be doing is dodging and slashing, dodging and slashing. So the reason why you want that Huma is because this is going to be one of your main ways of doing damage. However, it is not going to be your best way. There's still testing going on right now, but the best way of doing damage might actually be something like this, where we do like a backslash like this, then you jump up, press 2, and then do a diving slash like that, and then you hit him with an auto and then continue on the combo like that. It's going to be a little more difficult. We're still doing some testing on that to figure out what the best DPS way is, but as of right now, if you want a simple combo with her, go ahead, press S1, get that frost domain out, and then just start spamming this attack. However, if you want to start working on what might be the new best way to play her, because again, her dodge attack got nerfed quite a bit, it might be dodge, slash, jump up, and then use this to make a nice dive attack like that, because the dive attack does quite a bit of damage. Now, we'll go ahead and show you what it looks like, what a combo would be for her. We'll go ahead and hit him with a couple slashes like this, and then we would want to hit him with that dive attack like that. And that's pretty much how you're going to want to do it. And then you get your AoE up like that, and then you just slash them up. So once you get the Huma matrix, you'll be able to do a ton more damage. So if you're a little disappointed with her damage right now, that will be one way that you can up that damage quite a bit. Another way for you guys to up that damage is the Tsubasa. Keep in mind that Tsubasa gives you that extra 15% damage. If you don't know how to pay attention to that, if you look on the bottom of the screen right here, this little 3 right here, that's Tsubasa's buff right here. If you click it, it will tell you each stack adds 5% damage. So go ahead and always pay attention to that. If you see that buff is about to expire, swap back to Tsubasa and do a quick little dash shot, and it will charge it right back up. So you want to keep that buff up at all times while you're playing an ice comp. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out on a ton of damage. So again, we'll go ahead and show you another combo with that. We go ahead and attack, use our skill right away, get that ice field in, and then we'll go ahead and just spam that dodge attack. This is going to be the easiest way to play her, is to just spam that dodge attack. You'll get plenty of phantasm triggers. And as you see, I dropped my Tsubasa trigger, so we're going to go ahead and pop back into Tsubasa, get that thing stacking back up to that 15%. It's back up to 15%, so now we'll go ahead and swap right back into Frigg and blast them for big damage again. And again, if you didn't know how to do this dash attack that I was showing you in the air, the way that you do it is you jump, you press your jetpack button, whatever button it is. For me, it's the number 2. So I press that jetpack and then immediately press and hold the left click, and you will then do that dive attack. And as you see, if you do it properly, it's kind of like the crow dive attack. It'll do a ton of damage. So for these bosses that are like small like this, these little minions right here, it's not going to be too much damage. But against like the big world bosses and stuff, it'll do a ton more damage. So that's something that we're still testing, seeing if that is going to be the new way to play her. And for right now, it might be, but go ahead and do whatever you think is the best for you right now. If you're struggling with that, go ahead and just keep doing the normal combo and just keep dashing inside of this little domain right here. And that's pretty much it for Samir, or Frigg. And if you want a shield break, again, you just go ahead and swap into Meryl and break their shield real quick. And that's pretty much all it takes to play her. She's not